There you go.
She does always tend to forget last minute, so I'll give her grace. She literally gets no sleep. So okay, so we're just going to run over a couple of things for start of month. If you guys have any questions about start of month stuff, let's just go through it so you guys feel confident getting into, everything. Or if you have any questions at all about any of the incentives or anything, just let me know. So we still have the MM incentive going. If you hit MM between now and December, you get the 4 months. So that for like some of our really strong leaders is a really huge incentive to get to that place and get some good people under you, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. Punta Cana is still, if you guys have not got your little trackers up printed and you're not filling out your little bubbles, please do that. Because I know that you might think that it's way too out of reach, but I have seen girls really push for this and do it and get themselves there. So I want to encourage you guys to really do that. It'd be so awesome to have some team there next year on our passport trip, because there's no reunion trip either. So normally we do reunion somewhere in Australia and then we do passport overseas. They're combining the two this time and we're just doing the one trip. So yeah. The MMP bonus is from the 1st till the 11th. So if you have someone in your team, or if you yourself want to, that's your goal to get to MMP, I would encourage you and get you to encourage your girls to really get to this rank. Obviously, you get 280 instead of 140, which is like a nice little chunk on top of like all the commissions and stuff that you get as well. And if you're getting your four VIPs and your 2 MMPs, you're also getting the product pack bonuses. You're getting a block bonus if you're in your Smart Start, and you will be getting your VIP acquisition bonus. So that's like a really nice chunk of, pay for you guys to get. Okay, so I think that's it. Makeup launching, all that sort of thing, which we'll get to. Does anyone have any questions about let's start of month? If there's no, then just okay, cool. And oh wait, oh no, that's just me. Okay, cool. So I want you guys to all, like, tonight is going to be a little bit more around recruiting and focusing on market partners, because the thing that I've learned over the last couple of months is definitely that to have a strong business and to have a strong foundation, you want to have people in this business who are doing this business with you. You want to always be recruiting. You never want to, and I heard this from so many of my uplines, I heard it in so many trainings, you never want to rely on the people that get you to one rank to get you to another rank. And so you can have your strong leaders and stuff like that, but you should always be focused on recruiting. Like the next couple of months, if we want to build like a really solid team and you guys want to really build your business, that is in recruitment. Like you want to be bringing in the new people, you want to be building, you want them to be building. That is not only great for a foundation for your support and things like that, but it's a higher pay. You're helping like other women, you're serving more. That's just how you build structure. And so if you have all these people coming in, you are going to have, the way that I've got this in my notes, but pretty much the way that it like is when you bring in market partners, it's like getting a pack of cards. Not all of those cards are going to be kings. They're not going to be aces. They're not all going to be jacks. So partly they will be, some of them will be, but say if you've got a pack of cards, which is like 52, there's not going to be many in that pack that are going to have the exact same dreams and the exact same, goals as you. So you want to constantly be recruiting. That's something that in all of this, I'll be talking a lot to myself as well, because I got really complacent with my recruiting as well, because I'm like, I have a great team and this and that. But really, at the end of the day, we need to continuously bring women in and, and do this with them. So I want you to drop your goals in the chat if you can, if you've got free hands, whether it's a PB goal, a rank goal, Punta Cana, like whatever that is, what is your goal for this month? It could be just a block. I'd really love to know what your guys' goals are so I can be there with you and help you achieve those goals as well. And people align motivated runners. Yeah. Rainy MP. Cool. 2-3K superstar. Nice. MB, MMP. Cool. Sky. So you need two MMPs, MPs. Cool. So, I mean, we also more VIPs, reach AMP. Yep. Awesome. So pretty much we all want more market partners. We all want to build a team. And I say this, and I've said it so many times, it's really easy to focus on the number of what we have. Do the product training because I haven't got through it all. And 4 MPs. Okay, yes, 4 MPs, let's do it. Actually, you'll get through it. There's so much product training. There is just, you'll watch it and then there's so much more to learn and to watch. So don't feel overwhelmed, just take it at your own pace. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to just, it's easy for us to focus on the numbers and be like, I just need 2 MPs. I just need 2 market partners. I just need 4 VIPs. But if we continuously keep our heart posture in a way of like, who can I help? Who can I serve? Rather than looking at the numbers. If you're a numbers person, I get that. But which I am, because I'm always like coloring in, my little circles and making sure that I've got all my, things that I need. But at the end of the day, I'm like, who can I help? Like, who needs this business? Who needs better hair care? Who needs this stuff? And if we continuously bring ourselves back to that, and I'm guilty of it as well, if we continuously bring ourselves back to that, your business will grow, like no matter what. Michelle Waters wants to enter the waiting room. 2. Okay, so I want to ask you guys, we're going to focus on market partner recruitment a little bit. I would love for you guys to ask as many questions, all that sort of thing. How do you guys, on like a 1 to 10, how confident do you guys feel talking about the business? Just drop like a number in the chat for me. Like in terms of being like 10, you're like, yep, I could talk about it every single day on my stories. And, I'm really confident we're talking about business. I fully believe in it, fully confident in it. Yep, 4-ish. Or you're like, I still have more to learn. I don't feel confident. Yep, Danielle, 7. 6-ish. Yeah, cool. 4, 7, 6-ish. 4, cool. Okay, this gives me like a good, in real life, not a problem. Yeah, Phoebe's like the queen at in-person, like talking about business and VIPs and everything, which is why I'm going to get her on a training one day for all of us to talk about talking in person. Real life is where I buckle. Me too. That's where I buckle to as well, Celeste. I'm actually honestly terrible at doing this in real life. So in person is better than online. I find that I'm confident in knowing it all, but the way it translates when I talk about it is my strong point. Yes, that is honestly most of us. We know all the facts, but when we try and talk about it, we're like, blah, 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 blah. Like it doesn't come out the way that we want it to come out. Was it, don't know, just running on excitement. Yeah, I mean, but this is something that I'm going to talk about. It really is in a lot of your energy. It is in the way that you present and talk about it, and the way that you don't have to say all the right things and all that sort of thing. People pick up on your energy. So I'm going to talk about why it's important, growing your business, more money, bigger teams, more foundations. If you get to if you get to SED, you're going to need these strong lines. You're going to need 2 MMs. You're going to need 2 MMMs for SED. You're going to need, if you want the car, which you guys are here because you want to grow in your business, you need to have women under you that want to do this business with you. Now, not everyone that you bring in is going to want it as much as you. Trust me, I have over 100 market partners and I know this to be true. So you just honestly have to, you know, like learn about it, talk about it, all that sort of thing. So I would say, I've just got a million notes here. So I'm actually so bad at taking notes. I was saying this to Jane. I was like, I literally write full paragraphs and then I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how to dot point it. So guys, if you're worried about being a good leader, example A. I'm no good at it. Okay, so I want you guys to think about, obviously, how much you know about it, how confident you are, all that sort of stuff, and think about your belief in the business. We talk about this a lot. We talk about, is your belief in this business really strong? If it's not, what do you guys need to feel more confident about it? Do you have a bigger belief? Do you need to see other women who are exactly like you doing this business and doing it well? Do you have to have, you know, do you really want to see that first pay come in or that second pay come in, and then that's going to build your confidence? Whatever it is that you need, have a think about that and try and write that down. If you're like feeling at a 4, you're like, okay, what don't I feel confident about? Is it just myself? Is it just me talking? Because if it's that, that's just practice. It's honestly just practice. We're going to go over and over and over it again and talking about the business. So like I said, I really want us to focus on like recruitment over the next couple of months. Now, what that looks like for me is I've always kind of split up my weeks. I've always done Monday to Thursday, we usually have a sale. So I will talk about VIPs and I will talk about the hair care and I'll be showcasing it. Usually from Friday to Sunday, I will talk about market partners. Now I'm going to change that up a little bit for myself personally, because I really, what I'm passionate about is the business. I love the hair care, I love the products, but I actually want to build a global team. So that means that I have to be really passionate about the business and talking about it and getting confident about it. So what we could, like, you guys can split it up in any way that you want to do. You can talk about it. I used to, when I first came into this business, I would see like a reel and I'd like post it, and then I would see a different reel about hair and I would post it. You want to kind of be a little bit consistent in terms of like what you're posting and what you're putting out there, because when I started, I felt really overwhelmed with what to post and how to share about it. I was like, do I share about the VIP? Do I share about the market partner? Do I share this person's success story? Do I, you know, and I would get really confused. So that's why I break it up into those days. I go VIP focused or market partner focused. So I have found that really, really helpful. Now, how to do that? So when we're talking about market partners, you're always going to get, whether you do reach outs, whether people come to you, we're talking about what you're doing with the people that you are in contact with. You are always going to get objections. Like all of us will get objections. The most common objections will be time, money, and usually experience. Like, I can't do what you do, or I've got no experience in social media, or no experience in sales. Time, usually I don't have enough time. I've got 3 kids. I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. Money, I don't have the money to put in it, that sort of thing. So what I find really helpful, and what I tell a lot of my girls is, when I say that, you know, like, how are you going? Do you have your market partners? Or do you have any leads? And people will say, oh yeah, but like they're ghosting me because they said that they don't have the money, or they don't have this or that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So how can we target that problem for people? We want to always be like targeting whatever their objection is. So if it's like, I don't have money, let's start talking about how they can make their money back straight away. Like, we want to be talking about, you know, their smart start, how you can make the money back, how you can get paid the next week, how we get paid 5 times a week. You want to be talking about the money. I mean, at the end of the day, we always want to be talking about the money. I know it can feel really awkward and cringe, but at the end of the day, when it really comes down to it, people join because they want the money. They need a little bit of extra money, where they're starting a business because they want money. So always try and tackle with that. So I never I personally don't really get that many objections in terms of money or time. It's always experience for me. Time I never get, because I usually talk a lot about how I do this on the side of my other job, how I'm a mum, how I, I've got a husband that I have to, like keep at home. Like I'm always talking about, I'm just like you, and I still have time to do this. So people never really talk to me about not having enough time, because they know that I've already ticked that for them. So the people that are coming to me are already like, oh, well, I know that I'll be able to do this, because Lydia always talks about like how much time she has. I know how much I talk about the money a lot. I talk about, this is what I've been able to pay for with my business. This is how quickly I was able to make money. This is how, we get paid 5 times a month. So money is never an objection either. Experience is definitely one that I do get. So if you're getting someone who's like, oh, I just couldn't do what you do, I have no sales experience, blah, blah, blah. You want to be talking about constantly showing how people are coming into this business, how people are getting wins, feeling confident that we can tell them what to do as well. So feeling confident, they're going to feel confident that you will be able to help them, that they have so much support, that there's a community, that there's resources, that there's all this stuff that makes them feel like, oh, it's okay if I don't have experience. It's okay that I don't have that. They're not left with questions. So before the people that are even in your inbox giving you objections, you want to be tackling these objections. So think of it as if you're going to talk about the business, you're like, I don't know what to talk about. Talk about objections that you get, and talk about how you are solving that for them, if that makes sense. So you always want to have, like, I always talk about this. Literally everyone always talks about this. The only way to build a business and to continuously build trust with people is they have to see your excitement about the business. You have to be consistent. You have to be authentic, and you have to have commitment. Like those 3 things are literally like a recipe for success: consistency, authenticity, and commitment. Because you don't have to have anything else. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to have anything other than all of those things. Now, if you have consistency, authenticity, and commitment, you are building trust with your people, with the people that are watching your stories and stuff. And when it comes down to, like people wanting to be a part of your team, if they see that you have excitement about this business, they feel that. Now, like I know this because I was in a pretty low point a couple of months ago, and you could feel it. People that knew me could feel that. People could feel that I was like going through some stuff. My energy was low, that sort of thing. And I wasn't excited about the business. I was really like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to do it. And then I was like, oh, I wonder why I'm not recruiting market partners. You know what I mean? So people can honestly feel that. So if you're not excited about the business, learn more about it, research more about it, look up girls that are exactly like you and I, and that are doing this business and doing it well, and, get excited, get along to events, get along to meetups, like anything that you can get to as well in person or in community will build that excitement. And figure out how to do this as a business. So if you're showing up on your stories and it's like a hobby to you, like Monat should be a cameo in your life. It should just be like a part of your life. But I mean, even something that I have been trying the other day, I think I put it in the chat. I have been doing my stories as in like I'm telling a story. So I've been putting up things like, taking a picture of groceries and then talking about how expensive the groceries have been. And then I will talk about, how my husband had to take some time off work. And then I talked about how I wasn't really loving my job. And it kind of just, it fits in with my life, but then I end up talking about how this business has been a solution to that. And I've actually been getting a lot more response than I normally have been just by doing that, because people, number one, want to know your story. They want to be able to relate to you. They want to be able to feel that they are in the same position as you are. They want to feel that, you know, you're building belief in them in this business because they can see themselves in you, if that makes sense. So yeah, like I was saying, if you, oh God, I've actually already gone through most of my notes. Okay, so this is for all the women who are really good at in-person stuff. Me, I'm around people a lot, but not enough. Like, the people that I'm around are pretty much already in my Nate anyway. So this is something that I have to focus on as well, putting yourself in situations where you can be around new people. You can meet new people, you can get new connections. And then that way you can show them all sides of yourself and Monet. So we know that this is networking. We know that this is a networking company, a networking business. So we have to network. As much as you don't want to reach out to people or talk to people about this business, I would really encourage you to really push yourself out of that comfort zone, because that's obviously where you're going to grow, where you're going to like succeed, where you're going to learn as well. Like, for me, talking to people in person and meeting new people, like when I go to church, I find it really difficult to talk to people about my business. They're like, how have you been? What have you been doing? But now I'm practicing going, oh, I sell shampoo and this is my business and this is that, because you get more confident the more that you do it. So literally get around more people, like go to a mum's group, be at work, go to the park, talk to women, just start new connections. Like, literally just, you don't have to be like, oh, hi, I sell Monet, do you want some shampoo? You just literally need to start some conversations and start those connections, just like we do online. And I talked to you about, you know, reaching out to the people that are reacting to your story and things like that. It's all the same. It's all the same. You literally are just making new connections and giving yourself a gateway to be able to eventually talk to these people about what you're doing. Okay, I was taking notes from like a training that I was watching, and genuinely, this is one of the most important things for me personally. And I feel it because I can feel it in other people. And I know you have to be very self-aware in this business as well. So people don't need to believe what you're saying. People need to believe that you believe what you're saying. So you might be like, I don't know all about the business. I don't know about the comp plan. People get really caught up on like not knowing about the comp plan and all that sort of thing. People just need to believe that you believe in what you're saying. People need to feel your excitement. People need to feel your energy. People need to feel that you are passionate about this business, that this is, you know, ticking boxes for you in different areas of your life, you know, that sort of thing. So you don't have to, like, when you're being like, you know, showing up and be excited, you want to still really be like yourself and be authentic. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be anyone else other than yourself. You don't have to get on your stories. If you see me on my stories and I'm like, I love this business, blah, 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 and I'm doing this, you do not have to do it like me. The biggest thing in this business is don't look at what other people are doing. Like, if that's one tip, put your blinders on. Don't watch what everyone else is doing unless it is inspiring you, and make the differentiation between inspiring and making. You can think sometimes that it can be inspiring, but then actually it just makes you feel kind of bad about yourself, or it makes you feel like you should just be doing exactly what they're doing. Look at the most successful people and be like, okay, I need to like match their energy. You don't need to do that. You just need to bring your energy. You just need to bring your authenticity. You just need to bring you and be real, because that's what people are going to relate with. They're the women that you're going to draw into your business, that sort of thing. It's funny, like, I just thought of this because a few people have been messaging me from last night about the event and stuff. And a few people have said, like, your team is so lovely. Like, everyone's so nice, blah, blah, blah. And one girl goes, your team doesn't have that feel about them, of like, oh, this is my team, or these are my people, or it's not clicky or anything. And I was like, well, yeah, that's not the type of people I attract, like that's not the type of people that, really come into my business. So you're going to attract people like you, which is why it's so important to just be yourself. If you're like awkward, if you're, like you, Celeste is like me. If honestly, you just have to be yourself, because you're going to attract the people that you want to be around, that you want to work with. Like, honestly, my favorite people that I have met in my life have literally been the people in this business in the last 12 months, because I'm like, I found my people, like I found my team. I found the women that really get me. And you can get caught up in being, trying to be like someone else talking about the business, but at the end of the day, just be yourself. That's the number one thing. And also, don't like thinking about being perfect and having all the things and knowing all the things. Remember that this is like a long journey. If you're in this for like a quick buck, you're in the wrong place, because this is a journey. This is like a personal journey. It is a business journey. It is, this is something for people who are willing to go the long haul, sort of thing. So you have to accept where you are in this stage. I spent too long not thinking about the bigger picture. I spent too long always wanting to be like another leader and not accepting where I truly was, because there was so much growth that had to be done in that season. Obviously, like push yourselves and push yourselves out of those comfort zones, but accept yourself for where you are, because at the end of the day, you're going to look back in that big picture. You're going to look back and be able to see that person. Like I have so many girls being like, I can't go live about the money. I can't talk about this because like I hate my bathroom and my house looks ugly and I don't like this and I don't like that. I'm like, this is part of your story though. You're going to have women that are looking at you going, oh, well, she's just like in her kitchen, and she's like friggin' not wearing a bra and she's got her hair in a mum bun and she's doing this business and you're telling me she's making money? Like, I want to do that. And you're going to look back in a year's time and be like, wow, I've grown so much. Or if you're thinking big, like I do, I'm like, I'm going to be in a different house. I'm going to have renovated my home. And one day I'm going to look back these videos of me in my shitty bathroom that I hate, and I'm going to be like, wow, I've come a long way. And that's cool to show people as well. So don't ever not show up because you're afraid of not being perfect, or you're afraid of not being a good leader, or if you're afraid that your house looks like shit. Like, some of the best women and in this business, their lives are a mess. If you've ever jumped on a recording or a call with Ivy, you would know what I mean, because her kids are just like running all over the place. She's got no makeup on. She's like, hi guys. She's just like telling one of them to get off the windowsill. Like, it's a mess. That's what we want. Like, we want relatability. People want that. Okay, so back to like practical things. When you're talking about the business, I want you guys to get really good at talking about this business in a really simple, excited way. So when you're talking about it, it's when you become a market partner, you pick a pack, whatever pack you want. You don't have to spend any more than what you want. There is literally no monthly purchasing. You earn commissions. You can sell from wherever you are. You can literally sell from the Bahamas if you want to. You get a business, you get a website, you get a community, you get plugged into that. And that's it. Simple as that. I want you guys to like literally try and learn every day how to talk about this business in a really simple way that people are just like, oh, okay, I get that. I get what this business is about. Then you start the conversations in your DMs, in that sort of thing. And that's when, you hear their objections or you hear where they're coming from and that sort of thing. And you've got to believe what you're saying and speak like everybody is new. So that's when I'm talking about learning, what am I trying to say? Figuring out that little spiel of what this business is, you want to try and repeat that like all the time, every day, if you have to. Get on your live, talk about it every day. Something that Christina Smallwood said, she's like one of the top income earners in the whole business. She's amazing at this. She literally is like, you have to change your mindset to not thinking that everyone is an old friend and not thinking that everyone is watching your stories. She's like, talk like everyone is new. Talk like everybody has just come onto your page for the very first time and they have no idea what you do. Speak about the business that way. Yeah, assume that absolutely no one is seeing it. So you're talking every day about this. Now, if you guys are in the boot camp, which I'm hoping some of you are, this is like a really good thing to be able to practice when you're doing your lives, when you're talking on your stories, that sort of thing. Get really good at explaining the business and then talking about it like you're literally talking to someone new. Because like we know what it's like. We know you check your phone and then you go away and the kids are screaming, or you've got to start work and you've forgotten to reply to that DM, or you're halfway through a story and you don't know what people are talking about. People get busy. Don't assume that everyone knows what you're doing. Don't assume that people know that you don't have to be a market partner just to buy the products. Continuously, like, repeat yourself over and over and over again and talk about the business. Audit your social media as well. Go onto your social media, look at how many things that you have talking about the business, whether it's a reel or a post, or go through your story archives. Spend 15 minutes doing this. Look at these things and be like, do I believe myself? Like, do you believe you when you're talking about the business? If you're like, try and give yourself fresh eyes and be like, does this woman sound confident to me? Does this woman sound excited about what she's doing? Does she even know what she's talking about? Go in and have a little look and be like, okay, check yourself, have a little bit of self-accountability and be like, you know what? I actually really need to talk about this business, be excited about it, speak about it. And if it's a knowledge thing, get into the chats, ask your upline, learn about the business. If you feel unsure about the business and you're like, I just don't know if this is for me or whatever, come into my DMs, let's talk. I will send you some women, I'll send you some trainings, like whatever it is to build your belief in this. But you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't believe in the business. So I would encourage you guys, go back, audit your social media and ask yourself, do I believe me? Would I join me? Does she seem confident? Is she someone that I would join? Talk to the people who you were when you first started. I find this really hard. I don't know why. I hear this all the time. Caitlin always says this. My uplines always say it. Speak to the woman that you were when you first started. I'm like, okay. So I was someone who was needing a little bit of extra money. I was completely not passionate about what I did at the time. I was not wanting to work more. I hated my job. I hate being away from my family. Like, what was I feeling at that time? And literally speak to those people. Speak to the people that you were when you joined. Also, yeah, so it's all about us, it's all about our energy, it's what about like we're putting out there. So that's what, like what I said, audit yourself, see what your energy is like. Becoming a pro at combos, this is something that I'm working on too. The online space, I'm fine, I'm sweet, no one can see me, I don't have to see their face, I don't have to come up with a response straight away when they ask me something. Get really good at having conversations. This is something that I am really working on too. And like I said, be you, be yourself, not like everyone else in Monat, because people are going to join you for you, that sort of thing. Share honestly. If you commit to your goal and achieve it, it proves way more than acting like a professional. We get really caught up. Oh, she's so cute. My favorite little girl other than River and her are just like my favorite babies in the whole of Monat. We produce good looking children. Okay, so yeah, if you commit to your goal and you achieve it, no, regardless of what that goal that is, whether it's MMP, whether it's AMB, whether it's whatever it is, if you pick your goal and you stick to it and you commit to it and you commit to yourself and you achieve it, it is going to speak a lot louder to the people following you and the people wondering about this business than you just showing up and acting like a pro and you just showing up and acting like you know everything. You need to be like relatable. You need to all that sort of stuff. Start talking about your business, not Monet. So this is another big key thing that I feel like I do. It always came naturally to me, whereas a lot of new people, sorry, I need a drink. A lot of new people, you'll come into the business, you'll learn about the business, that sort of thing, and you will be like, okay, I need to talk about this. I need to talk about the car. And I need to talk about this. Yes, all of that. Talk about the cars and the trips and the money and all that sort of thing. But I want you guys to talk about your business. So by that, I mean, what wash events are you holding? What team events are you holding? What meetups are you having? Even if it's just a coffee with a market partner, talk about that. Talk about your business, not just Monet. If, you know, like if you're doing sample handouts, if you are holding your first team meeting, talk about your business because it holds so much power. It holds so much, like gives people so much more confidence in your team, not just Monet, not just like we're a big company. They could, half the stuff is going to go over their head. They're going to want to join your team. So talk about what you're doing. Another really good way to do this, and like they're watching your actions. So sharing who joined you. If you get one new market partner, literally screenshot it, put up a little thing like you guys have seen me do and put, you know, this market partner, she joined because of this, tell a little bit of a story, that sort of thing. If you get a new VIP, put that up, talk about, you know, what kind of hair they have and how you're helping them and that sort of thing. Also going live with your girls is super important. It's really scary, especially when you're new in this business. You're like, what, I don't want to go live. No, sorry, I'm not doing that. Especially people like Phoebe who hasn't ever done one, but I'm not picking on you. I love you, but we're going to do one soon. You have to get these women on a light. You've got to show everyone that's watching, you've got to show everyone else that there are regular, everyday women doing this. Not just a reel, you know, not just posting up someone's reel. While that's great, posting up someone's success story on your story. You want to be sharing the women that you're bringing into this business, whether it's a VIP or a market partner. You want to share them. You want to shout them out. You want to show people that you are someone who supports people. You want to show someone that you are there for them. You want to show them, you know, you want to talk to them about what held them back, why they said yes, why they said no. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the live that I did with Chantel today, but we're talking about, I literally was like, her wins, she got a VIP. What held her back? Why was she skeptical? Why she eventually said yes. You want to talk about this because people are going to relate to it. So always be celebrating your girls' wins, whether it's they got their first VIP, whether it's they got their first market partner. You want to celebrate them, whether they get a rank advancement. Like, you want to show your business, the way that you do this business, because you're going to show other people that it's not all the same. We're all going to do it differently. Like, some of us are more creative than others. Some of us are more, you know, better at Canva than others. Some people are better at lives. You want to show the way that you do your business because it welcomes people in. People will, or women that I talk to, including myself, will always say they felt like they could do this because they saw other women doing it. I know that I thought I could do this because I saw Jess Etzel, Malahi Davis. I saw so many other women at event doing this business. And then I went online, started seeing all these other Monet girls doing it. And so many other people have said to me, I just felt like I could do it because I saw other women do it. So you want to showcase that. You want to show that other people, just like you and I, are doing this as well, and show your girls. I would really encourage you guys, even if you have one market partner, get on the live with them. Do a team call. And when you're doing a team call, put up a video, put that you're doing, you know, like a team huddle, whatever it is, you want to do that. Yeah, the girls that have one win, your first rank up, your first VIP, showing them that you want them to win. Grab someone, if you don't have anyone, grab a sideline sister, grab someone else and be like, hey, I really want to shout you out. You're doing so well in this business. I'd love to jump on a live with you. Or do you mind if I'm going to repost your story or whatever it is? Talk to them and be like, I would love to just talk to you about what you do. They don't even have to be in our team. I did so many lives and trainings with women who weren't even in our lineage, who aren't even in our team, because I wanted to show them that every single person from every walk of life would come. I think Phoebe was saying this last night when she was at the event. She's like, it's just wild because there's so many different walks of life here. Like there's every kind of woman you could imagine, and they're here doing this. And you have to, without being at an event, you've got to show, all the women that are watching you. And you've got to show you as a leader. So I would say if you're going to focus on three things that you're going to talk to, anyone about, whether you're going to do a live or something like that, you want to talk about how many times they said no, because we can all relate to that. We can all relate to being skeptical and being like, no, I don't really want to do it. What held them back? And then what made them say yes? Because those three things people are really going to relate to. Another thing is, don't look at what you don't have in terms of, like, when I talk about numbers and having market partners and stuff like that and appreciating what we, the women that we already have, give gratitude to what you already have and the women that you already have in your business. Talk to them about, celebrating them. Always celebrate the women in your team. Celebrate your VIPs, that they're, helping you pay your bills, like that sort of thing. Don't look at what you don't have. Always give gratitude to what you do have. And as well, like if there's someone in your team who is like on fire, just go with them through that and just continuously keep that flame alive and continuously build them up. But you want to show that. You want to showcase that you're being like a leader and you're supportive and all that sort of stuff. One other little tip is, if you guys go onto Christina Smallwood's Instagram, she's one of the best network marketers there is. Like, she's phenomenal in this business. But what she does, and what I would challenge you guys to do within the next couple of weeks, she has all these highlights. She'll have September, October, blah, blah, blah. But she also has a, I think it's called Start Here, or it's called Monate Opportunity or something like that. And it's literally a highlight that she does every single month talking about the business. And it's what Monate is, how you get started, what a market partner is, what the perks are, that sort of thing. And she's got it as a highlight. And then every time she talks in her stories or she posts a reel, she's like, guys, you can just look at my highlight reel of that start business or whatever it is and get a better idea. So then it's there for people to see. They don't have to scroll through your reels to be able to figure out what you do as a job, that sort of thing. That is a really, really good way to do that. Some people get really fancy with all the Canva and they've got a photo of themselves with the box and all that sort of thing. I'm terrible at doing that, so I can't do that. But I have a little business reel, a business highlight, that if someone clicks into that, they know what I'm doing and they've kind of followed me on that journey. Also, yeah, doing lives, that's something that you guys are just, they are so powerful, whether it's for practice, whether it's for your own confidence. I literally get on there and there will be absolutely no one that will hop on, but I know that it's practice for me. And even though I'm still crapping myself, I do it still. I crap myself about it. But it's the consistency is going to build trust with people. And then, yeah, just like I said, consistency is the number one thing. Now, I didn't have time to go through all the other little practical things that I have, but I would love for you guys to ask any questions if you have, or if you feel like you've been showing up and you're talking about the business, but it's not generating, if you're getting weird objections, what do you guys find that you struggle the most with this? Or do you have any questions at all about talking to market partners, about attracting them, about what you could be posting. Whether it's, are you nervous to be a leader? Like, just share your thoughts with me, because I'd love to just like touch on a couple of things, because even if you're feeling it, even if you feel like this might be silly or whatever, I guarantee that someone else is feeling the exact same. You can either take yourself off mute or write it, if anyone has any.
I have something. I don't know if it's going to make sense, but I find that I know the knowledge. I find that I feel confident showing up online and stuff, but then it always comes back down to me not feeling like people aren't going to take me seriously. And then I don't take myself seriously. So I start doubting myself as a leader. And then that's where I think I start to, I just don't have confidence, and I don't know how to fix that, if that makes sense. And because it's just, I feel like this is just the way that I am. So how do I change that? I don't know. And I feel like the way that I am affects my ability to be a leader.
Right. So do you feel like when you show up online, do you feel like you portray that? Do you feel like there is something that's holding you back because of that belief in yourself?
I think it's more so in person. So if you saw me at the event, like I don't feel like I bring the same presence in person that I do online, because I guess online is a bit filtered. So I don't know if it comes across online, but I know for certain it does in person.
Yeah. Okay. So I would definitely get you to go through your social media, even if it's with Taylor or something, and be like, can you tell me, do I sound confident? This is something that I've had to, like, I will send it to a friend and be like, do I sound confident talking about this? And they'll be like, nah, like you're saying all the right things, but your energy's off, or you look a little bit unsure about it. That's something that I would challenge you to do for number one. Number two, with the confidence issue is, what do you feel like you lack right now to be a good leader? And whether you think that might be, it might just be confidence, but what's like, go a little bit deeper with that and be like, what do I not feel confident about? Is it my self-worth? Is it maybe I feel like I can't speak well? Is it because maybe I feel like I'm going to be awkward in person? Like, what is it really deep down that you're thinking is going to stop you from being a leader? I would do a pros and cons and be like, why am I good? Why would I be good? And why would I be not so good? And I promise you, you're probably going to be pretty surprised by what you write, why you're going to be a good leader. Think about when you used to be like a manager. Think about all the things that people have told you that you're really good at, and write those down. And then you might actually just realize that your cons are literally just fear. It could just be that you are fearful to step into that, which I'm not saying that I know that that's what it is, but you know, so I would just
I'm trying not to cry, so I feel like you're hitting something. Like, no, this is good. This is helpful and practical.
It's, you know, guys, like, in this business, you're going to realize so much about yourself. You are going to come up against so many blocks, so many walls that are really uncomfortable to tear down, to push past. You know, you're going to realize things about yourself, whether you think that you're worthy enough of this. Like, I, for a long time, did not think that I was worthy of being an SED. I did not think that I was smart enough. I did not. And I started realizing all these things about myself. And I was like, this is actually like really like painful to bring up. When I talk about you're going to have so much personal growth in this business, you really will, because it's going to uncover some things, that some self-limiting like beliefs and doubts that you have about yourself, that you're really going to have to tackle head on, dig deeper and be like, okay, like, why do I feel this way? What am I scared of? Is it, you know, something that my parents have always told me? Like, there's so much psychology that comes into this business. If you're not willing to grow personally, it does feel very uncomfortable, you know? So a lot of these things are not because you're not smart enough, or you're not going to be a good leader, you don't have skills. Usually it comes down to the fact that there's so much like self-limiting beliefs there. And if that's something that you want to work through, please reach out to me and let me know, because I would love to help you with that and work through that with you, because it's a big reason of why we feel like we can't show up and we can't recruit market partners. Eliza said, I still read off my sticky notes most of the time. Celeste, I think you really come across confident. I know I look up to you. I think it's normal to feel that way. So valuable is probably my favorite meeting so far. Juicy advice. You're welcome. But it is true. The nitty gritty stuff is like, I would love to give you guys so much practical stuff, but at the end of the day, it's your energy, it's your belief in yourself, it's your belief in this business. It really comes down to your why. It comes down to your own belief. It comes down to your dreams and how much you're willing to push past all that stuff to get to who you really want to be. We've only got a few minutes left, but what I would really encourage you guys to do, and it's not, practical or like anything like that that's going to get you market partners, but I would really love for you guys to just imagine the type of woman that you want to be. This is something that I did early on, and I was like, oh, whatever, rolled my eyes. But I was like, what kind of woman do I want to be in this business, in life in general? I would really like you guys to just take some time, like even if you just get off this call and sit with yourself for 5 minutes with your babies and be like, envision, who do you want to be? For you, that's going to be so different to me. Someone like Ivy is probably like, I want to be a stay-at-home mum and I want to milk cows for the rest of my life. Like, for me, I'm like, and that in itself, she's like, I want to be a good leader. I want to be all that stuff. For me, I was like, I want to be a woman who is speaking on stage in front of heaps of women and leading them and inspiring them and all that sort of thing. Think about who you want to be. What does she look like? What does she wear? How does she talk? Who does she have around her? Like, who does she surround herself with? What does her marriage look like? What does her life look like? Envision that woman that you're not right now, but who you really want to be. And then be like, okay, what's it going to take for me to get there? And that might seem like a really big question, but it might be like, I need more confidence if I want to be like that. I need to, if I want to like have a house on the beach, I'm going to have to work hard. What does that look like? That looks like 5 years of dedication. If that's like, you see yourself as this woman who's like, fit and strong and confident and, all this sort of thing, what does that require? It might require some new habits. It might require some really deep work. Like for me, I was like, damn, I got to go to a psychologist. Like I got to work on my stuff. But I would really challenge you guys to be like, what does my team look like? Like, how does this woman present in the world? How can I get to her? How can I be her? And once you start to figure that out and start acting like that woman that you know that you are, otherwise you wouldn't have envisioned her. She's not some made up person. Once you start acting like that person, you are going to be magnetic. You are literally going to attract people to you for the right reasons. You're going to attract people like you to you, and you're going to have a flourishing team at the end of the day. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. I know it's not super practical, but I would, really encourage you guys to do that. Audit your Instagrams, see if you believe yourself, and then figure out what you really need to work on. And if you need my help, like reach out to me. Let's jump on a 15, 30-minute call and talk about maybe some blocks that you have or anything like that. So yeah, you're welcome. Thank you everyone for jumping on. I really appreciate you taking your time out and like pouring into yourself and learning more and just growing. And you guys know how much I love you. I pretty much was crying today writing about how much I love my team. So I was like, don't take a photo of yourself crying. Okay. Love you all. Have a great night. Ciao.